Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the full moon that's going to be happening October 9th. And this full moon is happening in Pisces. Remember, I'm always talking about the Vedic sidereal zodiac, not the tropical western. And with that, we always talk about the 27 nakshatras that are used in Vedic astrology. And therefore, this new moon, full moon, excuse me, is in Pisces, but it's in the nakshatra Revati, which is the last and final nakshatra. And of course, Pisces is the last and final sign. So before I get going with this, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. If you want all of my predictions delivered to your email address weekly, free, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. And while you're there, don't forget to check out my new online magazine, Joni Patry's Astrology Insights, where we interview a famous astrologer or metaphysician every month and bring the news and the predictions from so many incredible writers. You won't want to miss the October issue. Go to my website and sign up and subscribe for the magazine's only $9.99 a month. What a bargain. And don't forget, there's all sorts of other things that you can look through and purchase on my website. And if you would like to learn Vedic astrology, there's no better time than now. So go to my university website too, which is universityofvedicastrology.com. So with that, let's talk about what this new moon's going to bring, because this moon is in the same sign with Jupiter. Very nice. Jupiter usually brings optimism and awareness. Now, with so much going on in the world at this time, Saturn squaring Uranus, Pluto stationing, this is a very, very action-packed month. But I gotta say this, since as of October 1st, when Mercury went direct from being retrograde for 2-3 weeks, it's much better right now at this time of this full moon to travel. It's not a bad time for traveling. Just make sure you get back before the eclipse starts in on the 25th. And of course, the Mars retrograde, which is the 30th of October. I wouldn't suggest that you're traveling around the world during those times, but it always depends on your own personal chart as to whether you'll be, it's time to travel or not to travel. But I do see a lot of crazy things coming up towards the end of October. So looking at this, we've got the moon being with Jupiter in Pisces. Pisces is a sign of compassion, of healing, of emotion and feeling. But the nakshatra Revati is ruled by Pushan, which is the god of travels and protection of travels. So what you're going to find is that with the moon being in Revati, it is a nice time to travel, like I said, as long as you get back you don't stay gone too long. Now, Revati is a nakshatra that means bringing things to an end, bringing things to conclusion. And that's another aspect of what I feel like this full moon in Pisces is all about. That all the things that have been heated up, coming to a head, boiling over, are finally coming to some closure. We're starting to feel some ending, some closure. And you will feel this also in the area of your relationships. If you've been with a relationship that things just never seem to be healed or brought to a good conclusion, then you know that this is the time that you're going to feel like there's closure. Sometimes we just need closure in so many ways in order to move forward in our life. And I feel like this is what's happening in so many areas of life. We're all coming to a place of closure, completion, and feeling emotionally like things are where they should be. Now, Mercury throughout the rest of this month will be in Virgo, which is a sign of exaltation, which is excellent. So it's a time that you can really think things through, get a lot of good things done. As a matter of fact, this whole week of the full moon is actually a good time to be dealing with real estate, because I always say put a property, if you want it to sell quick, for sale while the moon is increasing in light. So the building up to this full moon is a really, really good time, the first week of October, for selling property, for putting things on the market. It will come to completion quickly. And with this nakshatra and the fact that we're dealing with the last sign of the zodiac, and the full moon brings the light to things. It brings the fullness and brings to completion and things that you've been wanting to get done. Anything that you've wanted to complete, now's the time to work on it, especially this whole first week of October, because Mercury's finally direct and it's being aspected by Jupiter. Particularly, let's see, it would be probably around the 15th or so, that the 13th, 14th, 15th, that you've got this beautiful aspect of Jupiter to Mercury, and Mercury is finally moving forward. So good communications, good travels, good connecting to people. This is like our last time to get a lot done before it's kind of a bracing period, if I could say. There's going to be a bracing period as we get close to the solar eclipse and the Mars retrograde, of course, that happens October 30th. So use this time wisely, even though I know a lot's going to be going on. Mars is still hasn't ventured into Gemini yet. It's still in Taurus. So, you know, the economy is not at a wonderful place, and it's not going to be. If you have some spare cash, though, to invest in the stock market, now would be the time, as long as you don't need to be selling it anytime soon, because it'll come back, but slowly does it. But I do particularly love this nakshatra Revati. It deals with healing, it deals with compassion, it deals with emotion. And this could be healing our relationships, because what's coming up with this eclipse energy, we do need to bring together feeling and healing of any of the discord that you've been having with family or friends in the area of relationships. Now, Venus during this time is combust the sun. So relationships are a struggle. They do have to be worked on. You do have to work on your personal relationships. It's not that it comes easy. In other words, what does that usually mean? Compromise. You know, you don't have to be right all the time. Let's just let it go. Remember what they say in the Course in Miracles. It's one of my favorite sayings. Would you rather be right, or would you rather be happy? Let it go. You don't have to be right, and we do want to be happy. So have compassion, have healing, have a sense of completion. That's what this full moon's about. And if you've been thinking about moving or traveling, it's a good time before we get into the energy of the eclipse that happens on the 25th. So this full moon brings everything to fruition that you've been working on, wanting to get done, especially a healing in relationships with friends and family. This is what this time period is for, and to work on this. So with that, I'd like to close, and remember, if you want to read more about all of that's going on this month, go to my magazine, Joni Patry's Astrology Insights. We have all sorts of information that takes all of this into a deeper level where you can understand, and you, most of all, use this energy for your greatest benefit. So with that, thank you.